Hey y'all, welcome to Pleiadian Point of View. I'm Peyton with Peyton Energetics, and I'm a Pleiadian channel and starseed coach. So, in today's POV, the Pleiadians wanted to talk to us a little bit about the energies that we're moving through right now because they're a little tricky. So, as y'all have noticed, if you follow the space weather or have a physical body, the energies have been getting stronger by the day. And this really has been going on for the past 2 or 3 years now. And the P's have been telling us for years this is only going to get stronger. But something is happening to us as we move through these latest energies. And this can be something that catches you off guard if you're not prepared for it. So, the P's wanted to talk a little today about what is going on energetically behind the scenes to help us make sense of some things that we may be picking up in the physical body right now. So, over the past probably week or two, we have been getting some energies in that are causing what the Pleiadians like to refer to as death of the egoic structure. And what that means is that we are dismantling our old reality. And our old reality, of course, is based on the construct of the ego mind, right? The mind has always been what led our lives. We led by thinking. That's how we navigated our reality. But these energies are breaking that entire identity structure down. So, what happens as we have this death of the egoic structure is that it can cause our minds to freak out a bit and our physical bodies to freak out a bit. So, what happens as we move through energies like this is we can feel like we're going a little crazy. And what I was noticing in particular over the past week was it seemed like every thought I had was the most negative version of that thought possible. And I had to start laughing at some point because I'm like, what is going on? I cannot possibly have this many negative thoughts all at the same time. So it was very strange energetically. So these energies can be causing our egoic mind to fight for its life. And so what is happening as we go through this ascension process? Of course, we are shifting operating systems, right? We're moving from a life that is centered in the mind, what we have always known as our reality, to a life that is centered from the heart. And as we move into the heart, essentially the ego mind loses its job. And the ego mind doesn't really love that. So, what happens is the mind can tend to fight back with everything it has, meaning it may throw everything at you, every negative memory you have ever had, the worst case possible scenario for every thought that you have. It is just a little overwhelming when the ego mind feels this threatened. So we are going through a period right now where we are dismantling the egoic structure. And the egoic structure fights back. And so, what can be happening in these energies right now is it can make you feel a little unbalanced. It can make you feel hopeless. It can make you feel despair. It can make you feel like you are just on a negative mind spiral that you can't get off of. And it's not to say that this will happen to everyone, but it is going to be very common in these energies for this to show up in some way. Now, for other people, it may show up in the physical body because when the mind feels threatened, the body mind system, what's it connected to? Our nervous system. So it can make our physical bodies act out. So we're going through a period of energies right now that are very, very challenging as we break down everything we have known about the structure of reality. And that is very, very threatening to the human mind. The human mind likes to be in control. It likes to know what's happening. It likes to be the boss. And when it sees that it is not the boss anymore, it has a temper tantrum like a 2-year-old. So for many of us, we are experiencing a lot of just feeling a little powerless over our thoughts right now, as if the mental ponies are running away with us. And if you are experiencing this in some form, the guides wanted us to understand that the energies are a big part of what is contributing to this. So not that that makes it any easier, but it can help us understand if this happens. And again, this won't happen to everyone. We are all processing these energies uniquely, and how we respond will be based on our particular individual frequency. So where are you on the frequency scale? How far along are you on your ascension path? How much light are you holding in your physical body? So all of these determine how we handle these energies. And sometimes energies will completely whump one person and the person next to them will feel nothing at all. But because these energies right now can be particularly challenging, the Pleiadians wanted to give us a heads up as to what may be contributing to some of this discomfort that we're feeling. So if you are someone like me who has kind of been having a time of it the past week or so, what can you do to make things easier? Well, what the P's always recommend when we are really getting a lot of pushback from the ego mind or even the physical body is to get in your heart. Because first of all, that will just help you stay out of the stories. And I had to start doing this pretty much around the clock because my mental stories had gotten so negative in these energies that I had to just focus all day long on staying in my heart space. So if you can get in your heart space as often as possible, and 2 videos back, I just did an update to explain how to do that if that's something that's new to you. So grab that video if you happen to have missed it. But staying in your heart will keep you out of the ego mind. Now, what that will do is it will keep you out of the negative thoughts. It will keep you out of the mind stories. It will keep you out of that worst case scenario thinking that can crop up in these energies. And again, this is all just a function of our minds and our bodies trying to interpret these energies. So the less we can attach ourselves to the story of what's going on, the quicker and easier we move through it. So staying in your heart will help you do that. The guides also like to say things that can help us through these very challenging energies are staying very hydrated. So I know that the more I drink water, the more I move these energies through the body quickly. They don't get stuck in me quite as much. So grounding the body more can also be very helpful, and also moving the body can be helpful. So some form of gentle exercise or contact with nature. If you're someone who gardens or likes to hike or run or swim, those can all help just pull these energies through you and into the earth grid more quickly. So just a little heads up as to what the energies are that we are dealing with right now. They're a little choppy, a little sticky, but just knowing what to expect or what it means if you happen to be going through it can just help you reframe and get out of that ego mind story, because these are a little rough, guys. I'm not going to lie. So anyway, I hope that you move through these energies a little more comfortably over the next week or two. Let me know in the comments below, how are you doing in these energies? Drop that in the comment box. And while you're down there, don't forget, hit the subscribe button and the like button if you haven't done that yet. I'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.